Hi there, everyone. My name is Jevin. Hello, and I am making this video, which is my first video ever, to try and take you on a little tour of the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone and some areas around it. So let's get started. All right, we're going to begin at the 15th and Pine intersection in the Capitol Hill neighborhood, which is outside the autonomous zone. But the reason we're beginning here is right there on the corner. That gray building is an apartment complex. And for all of 2018 and 2019, my wife and I lived there. So we are really familiar with this neighborhood and the area we're going to go tour. You can kind of see down the hill, right down there is where the autonomous zone begins on roughly 13th. So let's walk down. Okay, we're now 2 blocks down the hill, 13th and Pine. This is where the autonomous zone begins, or Chaz. I'll just be calling it Chaz because it's simpler. There on the corner is Manao, which is one of my favorite Thai restaurants. Super delicious. Eaten there many, many times. Importantly, I want to show you right over here is the Seattle Fire Department station. So the fire department can still get out and still serve all the calls that they need to serve. They will head right up the hill and typically will use 15th as a main artery to get. All right, so I'm on the other side of the barrier we just looked at, and all I did was I just walked in on the sidewalk, just like all these folks are doing. There's no gates, there's no checkpoints. They just have the streets blocked off so that car traffic doesn't interfere with all of the people who are down gathered in the street. All right, so what you're seeing here, straight ahead of you, that 2-story building, it's kind of beigey with blue trim, that is the police station, which is all boarded up. In front of it, there's a white tent that has been set up, and you've got a rotating set of speakers who will get up on that platform. And right now, there's a lady in a pink shirt who's got the mic. When we were here a few days back, there was no stage set up. They were just in the middle of the street. So the situation is evolving daily, and they're sort of increasing the limited infrastructure that's here to try and keep everything organized. And of course you can see all the honey buckets that are there. Those weren't here a few days ago either. So things are pretty well organized for an autonomous zone and trying to keep things safe and clean.
Century Ballrooms, West Hall is a home to me. The Vermilion is a home to me. Annex Theater is a home to me. Capitol Cider is a home to me. I am going to be 36 in 2 fucking days. Thank you. I don't look a day over 25, I know it. If you would have told me 10 years ago that I was going to own a business, that I was going to be putting marginalized folks on stage and paying them what their work, that I was going to put on the Community by West First, all people pay over West Festival, I would have told you right now, I don't have a college degree. I don't have a bank account. How am I going to do that? I still don't have a college degree. I still don't have a bank account. But I own a business and I'm paying folks.
So now standing on Pine Street, looking back up at 12th, same speakers tent. You can hear the crowd. Police station on my right. So now we're turning around, looking down Pine Street towards downtown. You can see the crowd stretches for a couple of blocks at the sort of little crest of the hill up there. That is Broadway, which is a main thoroughfare, main street. Traffic is still moving as normal. You can see that it's empty of vehicles and people. So we're going to just walk forward a little bit. of this kind of thing that's happening around here. This is somebody set up the Conversation Cafe. So you can see there's groups of people sitting around talking about all kinds of different topics. But as you can see from the sign, let's talk about anti-racism. It's probably on lots of folks' minds, including mine. So a lot of community members getting together, discussing things. Everybody's welcome, invited in. As the sign says there, let's dream up Seattle's future together. So we're just a few steps away right now. Pan back. There's the Conversation Cafe we just looked at, and adjacent to it is Cal Anderson Park. This is a full city block long and half a block wide, which for as densely populated an area as Capitol Hill is, it's a pretty big park. Got all kinds of folks who are gathered in groups, still staying socially distant to some extent. That's pretty hard in this situation. And again, everybody's walking through, talking with each other. And you've got all the tents that are set up there in the background. There's some first aid over there. There's a place that calls itself the Rejuvenation Station, where you can get like free, simple sandwiches and water bottles. And there's another couple tents that are offering, free basic snacks, free water, just trying to keep everybody going and happy. Just wanted to show an example of what it looks like if you live here. So this is an apartment building. It's very new. They just finished it last year. This is the parking garage, which is inside the autonomous zone. So if somebody here needs to drive out, they would take a right out of their garage and they would head just a short ways down. And unfortunately, they'd have to move the barricades, but they'd be able to easily get out. Didn't get it on video, but I have seen somebody do that. So people are figuring out a way to make it happen. And the folks in the building, they have boarded up windows and they've got Black Lives Matter. There's even a George Floyd mural right there, which I will move up and get a much better picture of because it's pretty special. So this is the George Floyd mural we were just looking at. It's become a bit of a landmark for the protests here. You may have seen it in news reports and such. People have been laying flowers outside, lighting candles, signs, etc. So lots of people come here to just spend a silent moment. All right, I'm now on the other side of the tents we were just looking at. Wanted to show you, we've got folks who have started up impromptu like pop-up gardens in the middle of the field there. And before this, this field wasn't really used for anything. The grass was not doing the greatest, and it didn't have a clear purpose. So for the time being, it does. And I think one of our friends was going to bring down some plant starts for them, but I'm not sure if that was made it here. At any rate, so people doing creative, productive things here, planning to stay for a while. You can see some folks have a table and chairs set up there in the middle of the screen too. So they're planning to be here for some time. So I'm standing a little further away from the tents right now. There's the tents we were just looking at to the right. We've got this building which has been graffitied on all sides. You've probably been seeing the graffiti throughout the other shots, so it's pretty common around the area right now. And then to the other side, we have the Cal Anderson playground, where we've got kids on the swing sets, and I don't know if there's kids playing in the jungle gyms at the moment, but the playground has been closed for a while because of the pandemic, but it just reopened in the last couple of weeks, I think, and so families are back again. And I'm not sure what these folks are doing over here. Maybe building some more garden stuff. I don't know. So just want to share this shot again. We've got the playground there. We've got folks building whatever they're building. I mean, right now I'm standing like 1 block away from the autonomous zone, from the Chaz. And other than people, building some things at a city park, you honestly cannot tell the difference between today and any other random June or July or August day in Capitol Hill.